Don't start a cloud kitchen business.
The moment merchants see aggregator as a problem, a new just pay problem arrives there.
The world is changing very fast, so whether you're 16 or whether you're 46, it doesn't matter. Go and do your own shit. People are always going to keep hating, right? Our weekly chatter, to scale or not to scale. This is a little bit of a somber post, but I went from selling 12 salads per day to 14K salads per day. Don't start a cloud kitchen business. There is a lot of content in this post, so let me give you a quick TLDR. Basically, this chap started a salad company during COVID. He scaled to 14K salads per day, but also he realized that because salads is in the perishables good business, a lot of the inventory went waste, his operating cost raised, and also a lot of the cloud kitchens run by platforms like Swiggy, Zomato, and independent ones came and replicated a very similar thing, which ultimately meant that he had to shut down his business after running it successfully for several years. So this is a classic example of if you scale too quickly, only bad things happen. Saksham, let me start with you this time. What are your quick thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think we often miss out on some of these extremely high cost aspects of running a business like this, which is a lot about inventory management, how your raw material costs just explode once you have a sort of such a high demand that you have to meet. Obviously, a lot of competition flooded in with a lot every single cloud like Swiggy, Zomato, and just them launching a lot of their own cloud kitchens. So I think it's really sad, and people often overlook a lot of this and just think that it's very easy to build a business because in people's mind they're looking at it as, okay, a salad, procuring a salad is probably like 80-100 rupees and you're charging me 400 rupees for that, right? So you should be making like crazy money and crazy profits, but a lot of these hidden things actually get missed out in details.
Yeah, I think so. Scaling is a very interesting problem in itself. The way a Blinkit model is right now, they're trying to scale it with a franchise model, which is asset light, and it's very suitable for a company which is public. But Zepto is scaling by their own asset model. They're investing to open dark stores everywhere. So I think it works differently for a lot of companies. And scaling too quickly is a very double-edged sword. Sometimes it works really well, and sometimes ends up like
Yeah.
this.
And also, for the love of God, before another person asks, why did you not try ONDC? Everyone talks about ONDC like it's a savior for businesses like mine. We jumped on it the moment we could, invested in integration, rebuilt our tech stack, sub kuch kar liya. 6 months in, here's the reality. Total ONDC orders across all kitchen 40 to 50 daily. CAC on ONDC much higher than Swiggy or Zomato. Integration cost us
Wow.
18 lakhs, zero customer retention as everyone just chasing discounts. This is the ugly side to ONDC, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's what it's really sad to see, to be honest.
I think so.
Uh,
Magic Pin is making waves around this ONDC market by their market share is drastically increasing, is what I'm saying. And Ola Foods also competing really well, it seems.
Ola Foods is doing shit, by
Interesting.
the way. I've used it. The UI is so
No,
bad. The
app is
delivery
shit,
time is
but
a
their
lot.
volumes, the number of transactions that they're doing is increasing at a good pace.
I see. Okay, let's move on.
a sneaky strategy. I feel like if you were Zepto and you wanted to create a bit of strategic confusion and dilute the capital focus of your rivals, which is Swiggy and Zomato, you'd realize that one thing that they don't have, one thing that they both have that you don't have, is a thriving food aggregator business. A straightforward way to fight that would be to enter the food aggregator space and then compete on tech, network, economics, execution. But maybe a far more economic way to undermine the business would be to get them to lose their restaurant partners' trust themselves. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Pawan, what are your
Mm.
quick thoughts?
Very interesting. The last point is something that grabbed my attention. And I think so. The post that we covered in our last podcast, which was around Swiggy, Zomato opening their own cafes and being so subtle about it and telling that they have a separate team, separate expenses, separate ad budget, so on and so forth, is to avoid this so that merchants don't stop trusting them. The moment merchants see aggregator as a problem, a new just pay problem arrives there. Whenever the restaurants feel that Zomato is getting into restaurant business, what phone pay and a cash free and a razor pay did with just pay, right? Those things can start emerging up. It's the same problem that might come here. But so to say, these are smaller restaurants. These are not companies who are like well funded like razor pay and cash free. The time taken for them to do that or act on it might be larger. But if competition gets fierce, that's the end.
Yeah, and honestly, see, I have never been a huge fan of like just the strategic vision of Zepto, but I understand this, right? I have a very strong feeling that at some point in time, time, not too far into the future, Blinkit's revenues might actually become the primary source of revenue for the Zomato group, right? And maybe that ruthless focus is, and since Zepto is probably not doing something like this yet. I mean, sorry, Zepto is actually in the same space. Maybe that's where they're actually able to thrive a lot because they are just focusing on solving for this well. I know a lot of the shady practices that we've spoken about, but I still think they're building a great business.
Cool. I don't have a lot of thoughts about this, so let's move on to another sad thing that you see every once in a while on socials. So there's this lady who posted that she's joined this crypto company, I believe, KRNL underscore XYZ, as their ecosystem growth manager. And look at this chap's reply. I mean, quote tweet. No offense, but 90 to 20-year-old getting manager roles in Web3 companies shows exactly how visionless these so-called new Web3 companies are. These businesses won't even survive to their runway. They don't even have a real business plan. Saksham, go for
Interesting.
it.
Saksham, you want to go first?
I think it's extremely sad to see, right? And to be very honest, I feel this whole ageism concept exists a lot, especially in our country, like as India, and it's really is demotivating for a lot of the younger kids who are actually trying to push themselves and be better and try to maybe outgrow some of their peers. I get the perspective that yes, you need a certain sense of experience because it really helps you get a lot more perspective and take better informed decisions. But sort of this is almost like shutting someone down when someone's trying to do something nice. And yeah, I think it's just a harsh reality of our country. And it's sad to see. And I've personally been also a victim of this, when I started working a few years ago. So yeah, I relate to this girl and feel bad for her.
Oh, you though didn't deserve anything that you got.
These are the old people in my circle who keep pushing me
Who
down.
actually know the reality?
I just wanted to give the audience a real life example. That's why I said that, guys. I'm not like that.
Yes.
I
Okay.
mean,
Sure.
I don't have any comments on this. I don't think that age is a metric for making a decision associated with who they can lead, what they can lead. We see so many founders, like Shark Tank is a great platform. We see founders of 14-year-old, 19-year-old, 16-year-old building companies who have like revenues, who are making profits in some places also. Making profits is not easy. Like a lot large unicorns are not delivering profits in India. There is some guy who is 16-year-old who is selling his company at $1.5 million valuation, but from 16-year to 19-year-old in 3 years of time. Like, what do you think? Because he's 16-year-old, he can't build a business. That can't be a metric.
Yep, I
Yeah,
agree. Look, the world is changing very fast. So whether you're, 16 or whether you're 46, it doesn't matter. Go and do your own shit. People are always going to keep hating, right?
that's true.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm exactly right here, but I think so. When Stripe started, one of the founders was 16 years and other was 19 years of age. But Colonel Sanders started KFC when he was 61. McD, that guy, I think so, close to like 50 to 60 when he actually cracked the code. So people find value in different phases of life, so it's totally fine.
Yeah.
That's true. Awesome.
Awesome. That's it from this week's episode of the Indian Startup Desktop. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so below. See you next week. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye. See you.